Today is 5, and that means the protest that started on the 1st of August is now in day 5. Day 1 was experienced with some protesters being tear gassed as a result of their movement from where they supposed to have started the protest or to do the protest by heading to Eagle Square. They are meant to do the protest right in the National Stadium. But the protesters decided to head to Eagle Square and on their way headed to Presidency, and which led to the issue of tear gas being used on protesters. Civil servants and majority of people that are expected to be at work are not at work. On day 4, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, decided to talk to Nigerians. Right now, civil servants are meant to come to work, but other protesters still say that what the president said on his broadcast is not suitable to them. As a result of that, I'd like to find out from some Nigerians who are out, to find out from them their feelings about what the president said in his broadcast meet expectations of Nigerians. And I have with me your name.
My name is Femi Ajimuda.
Again?
My name is Femi Ajimuda.
Today is the day 5 of the protest that started on the 1st of August. As of yesterday, which was day 4, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, deemed it fit to talk to Nigerians. And he said a lot of things, which I'm very sure you are aware of what he said. What the president said is in line with what Nigerians are requesting for that led to the protest that is on now.
Yeah, my name is Femi Ajimuda. What the president said is not in line with what Nigerians are expecting. We are really surprised that even Professor Olusegun have reacted to that speech. Femi Falana, Olisa Agbakoba, all of them are reacted to that speech that what the president said is not what Nigerians are expecting. We are expecting president to come out on policies that will affect an average Nigeria. A long time, a short time, immediate effect. You need to do something urgently about what is going on now. Because up till now, there is a food security. The inflation is almost 40%, and people are dying every day. As a result of this inflation, people cannot avoid to buy malaria drugs for 5,000 naira. And the president needs to do something urgently about this situation. What he said in the speech is not welcome to Nigerians, and he needs to act very fast.
If you are to suggest what he should do, what will you ask him to do?
I think the president should revive the subsidy. I think that's the major issue now. Because if you are giving this money to those governors, and the 36 governors, the House of Assembly of these 36 governors are rubber stamped to the governors who want to hold them accountable for this money, and these governors are not accountable to the people. Why don't you put this money back to the subsidy and let people begin to see the effect? Because the governors are not doing anything about this money, and we can't continue like this. People are dying as a result of this removal of this subsidy, and you need to do something. You should reverse it back.
If you were to talk about security, will you say the security that is in place now is something to write home about?
No. The problem we have today is that I don't know why he's still keeping the group managing director of NNPC as the MD of NNPC today. That is the man that supervised the fraud in NNPC when Buhari was in government. I don't know why they are still keeping him there if there is not something hidden about. I don't know. And about the security of Nigeria, I think the government need to improve about that. A lot of people cannot go to their farm again because of the insecurity. Look at what is happening in Borno State. More than 70% of the Borno, they cannot access to their farm. So I think government need to do something about. Even the fertilizer they are talking about is not going to the right people. It's government officials. For how long will we continue like this? So what will it cost Tinubu himself to ask all the ministers to go back to their representative states and do something urgently about these situations?
If you are to give suggestion on security that will touch lives of farmers, what will you ask government to do?
I think what the government need to do is, one, allow people to go back to farm. You need to provide them with securities, and they have to make sure that the military, the police have a unit in every local government so that these farmers can get access to them immediately there's an emergency. It's not that a farmer will travel for 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers to their farm and there will not be any security. I think the government need to do that. Instead of putting all these policemen, look at the policemen in Abuja today in the road. It's more than I don't even know that we have more policemen in Abuja today, if not because of these protests. You know, why don't you, the military too, why don't you take them to the communities where there's a famine? And without this now, there's a food insecurity in the land. And you have to do something by providing security for those farmers. Otherwise, in the next 2-3 months, we don't know where Nigeria will lead to.
If you are saying 2-3 months, that means we have crops that can grow in 3 months. What will you say in the next 1 year as regards to issue of insecurity that is affecting farmers that are unable to go to the farm?
That's why I'm saying that we have a mechanized farming now, which the government have put in place. I think the Niger State is trying to do one now. I think the government should encourage all the state government to acquire lands and put people on the farm and put security. Otherwise, because you can only, even the planting is during the rainy season, and after the rainy season, it will be very difficult for people to access their farm anymore. And if government don't do something urgently, that's why I said the next 2-3 months, every Nigerian will push to war. Every Nigerian will push to the war, and it's going to consume all of us if care is not taken. So the government need to do something urgently about food security.
So what President said yesterday on during his broadcast, it doesn't meet up with the expectation.
It doesn't meet up with Nigerians. It doesn't meet with Ambre Nigeria. I don't know how the president. This is actually what people I know before. I don't know what is up. I don't know who is in charge now. Because if we knew years ago, I don't know. Because that speech did not meet the Nigerians' demand. No single thing was addressed on that issue. You are talking that you give 570 billion naira to the governors. So do what? When the House of Assemblies are rubber stamped to their governors, who want to ask them for accountability? So the governor is not doing anything. So I think that's why you need to address the issues. That speech does not meet Nigerians' demands at all. No single one out of the.
Now we talk much of president, 36 governors. What are the expectations of Nigerians from them?
We are disappointed. When he came, he said he renew hope. So Nigerians already lost hope about the nations, about our insecurity, about the infrastructures, about development. So when he came, Abiola came with hope, and the nation was annoyed. When he came as a renew hope, we thought there's going to be a renew hope. And you are giving. If I'm expecting to have called the governors like Obasanjo did, we call them and say, look, I want to see what you are doing with this money, otherwise I will fight you. I'm expecting to have done that, because those governors are just changing this money to transfer it to Bureau exchange, changing it to dollars. Before they came in, dollar was 700 naira in the black market. Today's $1 is 1,700 naira. So is this government that are doing it? They are changing this money to Bureau, to transfer it to the Bureau exchange. So you need to the most importantly now is to call those governors, and they should be accountable to, because they cannot be accountable to the masses. The 36 House of Assemblies are rubber stamped to their governors. They can't ask them how they are spending the money. They can't do anything. And that's why I said that if the kind of National Assembly we have today, if we have it in 1999, Obasanjo will succeed as a president as the third time, because they are not representing the people. They are not doing anything. If by now so much money have been given to the state of the federation and no effect, nothing. All they do is changing this money into dollars and keeping it for their own family use. For how long we continue like that?
Will you ask him, president, to direct EFCC to run after them?
Which EFCC? After 1 year, how many will EFCC have arrested? The man who had the EFCC was a brother. I know him very well. How many people? How many people have EFCC prosecuted for more than 1 year? Bello is still, we cannot, if with this technology up to now, they cannot find Bello. What kind of job are we doing? A lot of frauds are going with the ministers. A lot of frauds are going with the ministers. With more than 20 cars. Buy houses in Dubai and everywhere. What is it doing? For more than 1 year, there's nothing to show. EFCC, even Nigerians have lost hope on EFCC. It's only the EFCC after the Yahoo boys.
So what next now? What should be the next option?
I think the government should call. Tinubu should call a government, a people that he should look for people that can help him to build this government. Otherwise, because the people that surrounded me are not doing anything, and that's what happened. I will say it again. When he was a governor of Lagos State in 1999, late Gani Fawemi, Femi Falana, Olisa Agbakoba, Baba Omojola, a lot of them were saying policy, do this way, and the people that surrounded him then saying those civil society are enemies of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu then. And later one day he came to meet them and he addressed the issues. and they started seeing changes. And the same people that called us names then were the people that surrounded him today. That's why the nation is not moving forward. He need to do something drastically about the situations of Nigeria economy. Otherwise, once the Nigeria puts to the wall, I think he's a man of history too. You can remember what happened in 1993. You can remember what happened during the introduction of SAB by IBB Babangida. So people will not. What's the essence of living if people cannot have a two square meal, not even 3 square meal? Do you know how many people are dying every day? If you have a database, go to the general hospitals, see how people people are sending out. One day I went to a general hospital, I see people cannot pay 2,000 or 3,000 to buy drugs, and they are dying. They are dying. Before he came in, the inflation was 70%. Today, inflation was 40%. And we said we should be patient. Patient on what? Which hope? When we hope will be materialized?